How to hire a virtual assistant and actually make it work. I was having dinner a week ago with some friends who started using virtual assistants, and one by one, it was like a domino. They suck. She's the worst. I hate this guy. And I said, I love working with my mom as a virtual assistant. It's an amazing person. Having a virtual assistant, or having an assistant in general, they're not virtual, they're somewhere else. They're called a real assistant, has changed my life completely. So I want to share with you today how you can maximize your time and why you actually need to get an assistant, how to find the right one, how to make sure they're right, and what tasks to give them. Basically, I'm going to give you from like 0 to 100 real quick on getting a virtual assistant. So I always feel guilty saying I have an assistant. I was at Krav Maga, I don't know how the hell you say it. I was at Krav Maga and the guy said, oh, your assistant booked this thing. And I said, yeah, my assistant did book this. And what happened was I said I wanted to take a Krav Maga class after one of my podcasts. No, Kagan presents. I emailed my assistant, or I might have even texted her, hey, find a Krav Maga class. And literally she said 2 weeks later, I had a Krav Maga class 6:40, and I didn't have to think about any of it. It was in my calendar. Having an assistant changes everything for how you run your life. So for not having to deal with any of figuring out that class, where to go, what time, or any of that, I was able to keep going with my life and spend my time doing the things that either made me more money or that I wanted to spend more time on. My assistant knows what days I like to do exercises and what times I'm available, and she can make those decisions. So after I hired my first assistant, and I'll tell you the first one I ever hired, you're gonna get a laugh out of this. She was a stripper. She was. I hired her on Craigslist to deal at a poker game, and she changed in different clothing. She wasn't a literal stripper, but she stripped and changed clothes and dealt poker. No joke. And after the poker game, I messaged her and I said, hey, I actually have some tasks like picking up my groceries, this is before Instacart, and dropping off some things for 20 bucks an hour. Do you mind doing that stuff? And she said, no, I don't mind at all. I'll definitely do it. And she did it all clothed. She did not do it naked, picking up groceries, which would be a good service for anyone who's interested. But it made me realize, I started thinking about it. I said, you know, I make about 100 bucks an hour, let's just say, and I could pay her 20 bucks to do things I wanted to do. So I would have $80 left over. So the two things, as I said earlier, and then I'm gonna get into some meaty details, I'm gonna show you step-by-step stuff of how to do it, is that through that instance, I said, that gives me more time to make more money if I wanna spend time doing them, right? So because I'm not doing grocery shopping or I'm not making class lessons or whatever it is, I can spend now generating more hundreds of dollars to be able to pay her. So I make more money while saving that time. The second thing is that, let's just say, even besides trying to make more money, no, it's always the Jew life talk, we get it. But besides that, I can spend my time doing things I enjoy. I don't have to worry about commuting. I don't have to worry about calling. I don't have to worry about returning. And in that instance, with dropping off things or with my Krav Maga class, I could spend time doing things I enjoy, like bike riding or chess or reading or making these videos for you. So over the past 6 years, and over 7 assistants, plus literally thousands who have applied, I've come up with an exact system that works for me. And you've already hired assistants. You just haven't realized it. What do you think a doctor is? What do you mean, Noah? A doctor is someone that you're paying because they're a specialist to help you out with an activity. That's interesting. It's someone who, did you really want to go to law school and figure it out? No. Did you want to spend your time on it? No. So you paid them to do that for you. That's the same thing with an assistant. And I promise you, once you start hiring assistants to take care of some of your regular tasks in life, you will never go back. You know what they say, once you go assistant, you never go back. It's the same as dating a Jewish guy. Once you date a Jewish guy, you save money on your taxes? I don't know. Anyways, your assistant can be your life organizer. Your assistant can be a friend if you're sad. Let them help facilitate finding the mechanic. Let them facilitate organizing events and so many more things. So here's how to get started on your assistant. First off, you gotta make an SOP, a SOP for your life. So this is something that my friends were complaining about. They said, this person didn't know me as my assistant. This person had no idea what I wanted. And SOP is your preferences. An SOP is what days of the week do you like doing meetings? So for me and my standard operating procedure, it says, I'll do meetings any day of the week after 12. Perfect. It also says, I don't like meetings on Wednesdays. It also has my login information, so my Southwest information, some of my credit card information, some of my enterprise rent-a-car, some of my booking movie tickets. So think of an SOP as that if you had to give everyone kind of almost access to your life, except the most critical, I don't give them social security. And generally what I've done is I give them their own credit card, but it should be basically a replacement for your brain of the things that you like and the things you do. So what restaurants do you eat at? Who are your contacts? They can organize that into a Google Doc. So create an SOP, just start documenting, okay, here's my preferences for my week. Like, I don't do meetings on Wednesdays at all. They know that. I tell them when I like to do my Hebrew classes. They find the teachers on italki.com. So make an SOP of all the things you keep doing, so when you hire them, it makes it easier. Step 2, create a list of tasks you want handled. A lot of people don't realize all the tasks that an assistant can handle for them. Number 1, what tasks are you doing every week that you don't want to? Are you picking up stuff from the laundry cleaning? Are you doing anything with your pet? Do you have to take out your husband? Whatever it is. Are there any tasks like figuring out where to go for dinner that you just get, man, I really hate doing this task every week? Write that down. Number 2, if there are things that you like doing that you can hire an assistant to do, don't give it to your assistant. One of our friends, Josh, who works at Sumo, loves mowing his lawn. I don't know. So don't worry about hiring a lawnmower. Same with your assistant. If there's tasks that you enjoy doing, don't give it to them. But for me, there's a lot of tasks I don't like doing, so I can spend my time doing the things I really want to do. Like finding a cleaner for my house. I have it once a month. I had my assistant find it. I don't even know them. I don't know anything about them. I hope they're doing great. Hope I'm paying them really well. But besides that, they do a great job, and my assistant handles all of that. Number 3, what tasks have been on your to-do list for over 2 weeks? That's tasks for your assistant. Put it on the list. Number 4, here are some of the tasks that I find best. These are the things, the key ones. If you said, Noah, what are the main ones that are tasks that you always go to your assistant? Number 1, scheduling travel. They know the airlines I like to use, they know like the times I like to fly, they know where I like to stay, and they handle all of it, and they just propose it to me, I approve it, and it's handled. Don't have to go looking for coupons, they do that. I don't have to go figuring out like if there's miles or whatever it is, they can figure that out. Number 2, setting up meetings. It takes a lot of back and forth, and there are services like scheduleonce.com, that's what I use, but it's a lot of times hard to like go there, I don't want to send someone a link, so they will handle scheduling meetings, bringing people together. So for instance, I'm having a team retreat this weekend. The assistant found the house, helped with the food, and they helped with reserving the boat. Number 3, purchasing things for you or gifts for others. Here's like the stupidest one. My toothbrush bristles are too hard, so I messaged her this morning and I said, please look on my Amazon orders, find my toothbrush, and buy me softer bristles. And whatever, man. In a few days, 2 days prior, I think, I'll get softer bristles in my mailbox. Pretty nice. More evolved one of that is that we worked with Beard Brand in one of our previous videos, or that hasn't been out there. We worked with Beard Brand in a video, and I want to send him a thank you gift for working with us and giving me YouTube advice. So I sent her his Twitter, and I said, research him and suggest 3 gifts around $100 for me. And she found out he went to South Carolina, and she sent me like a beanbag thing, a neck thing, a necktie thing, and then some clothing from South Carolina. Perfect. And now I don't have to go and do all the research, which normally that's what I would do, and I don't think it's disingenuous. If you want to do research, if you want to drop off someone instead of Uber, you can. I have no problem with it. But there are a lot of times like this, it saves a bunch of time, and they find a better gift sometimes than I would. So number 3, how do you test your assistant to know if they're going to be great? Take 4 of the things you want done on your task list and make those the tasks. If you want to see more of this, we have a hiring video. It's going to be up here, and you can actually see how I do my hiring process. And you can do this for your assistants. So what you do is that take 4 things that you need done, and one thing that I have had done for that is like find sheets from this hotel I stayed at. What brand was it, and where can I buy them? But any task that you have outstanding, put that on a Google form and send that to those people and see how they would solve it. But how do you actually find your assistant? How do you find them? Let me just give you a stat. This is gonna blow your mind. I've hired over 50 people that are still working with me, and I've interviewed thousands, and I've seen tens of thousands of applications. It will take 100 people, good, decent people, to hire just one. So give yourself some idea that you'll need to see at least 100 to find a great one person. Number 2, ask anyone who you think has an assistant. That's how I found some of mine in the past, and that's how I found actually the one I'm currently working with. Ask any friend that might already have an assistant. The one I'm currently working with worked with someone else in the past. Number 3, think of someone who's employed or not employed that's always been reliable and always been organized. Like every time you've given them a task, they've impressed you. Just ask them if they have a few hours each week. You don't need a full-time person. You pay them 20 bucks an hour. You even ask 5 hours a week. Number 4, I've generally found that hiring women is better than men. Why? They're more organized, reliable, resourceful, and they smell better. Think about it. There's a reason that they're the ones in charge of having a baby. All right, so here are some common mistakes that some friends have made and you're probably gonna make when you're a hire assistant. The first person you hire may not work out. That's okay. The first person you dated didn't work out, your first company probably didn't work out, first people you've done other things with didn't work out, your clothing wardrobe didn't work out. That's gonna happen, be okay with it. Number 2, they're not gonna know everything about you. You're gonna send them something, they're gonna send you a bad thing, and you'll be like, why didn't you get this right? It's because they don't know anything and they haven't worked with you before. So you've gotta give it time to train the machine. So be patient and give them time to learn more about you and document things about you. Number 3, be patient and give them a learning curve. So give them 60 days to actually start performing, unless it's horrendous. Number 4, you've got to have an SOP ahead of time. You can have them created, and that's good, but I promise you having some documentation ahead of time will make their life easier to already understand you and save you money because you're gonna have to pay for them to learn you. Number 5, you get what you pay for. I've had cheap assistants where I paid 10, 15 bucks an hour. I pay persons between $25 and $60 an hour. There is a direct correlation between someone who's really great and how much they actually want to get paid for doing great things. So if you want to have someone that takes care of amazing stuff and it really impresses you, there's a good chance that they're going to want to get paid. Think about this. Let's say you're a high paid person, yourself. Would you accept less if someone said, hey, I'll do 20 bucks an hour? No, you would laugh at that. You'd be like, 20 bucks, no way. Because you're like, I'm worth a lot more. I can save you so much time and make you so much more money by being your assistant. So you should look for someone that's saying, I'm really great. It's gonna be 30 bucks an hour. It seems like a lot, but I'm gonna save you so much time and I'm gonna do a great job and make your life so much better. As they say from where I'm from, once you go VA, you never go back. Go out and try to get a virtual assistant today. You can do the things exactly as I said. I'd love to know how it works out for you. And let me know with all your extra free time how it goes.